Okay, just watched Fox and Friends, August 4th. Great episode, to be honest. And now it's time for me to go through my list of celebrity birthdays. Roger Clemens, great big Texan, took steroids. Love that. Win at all costs. Let's call up Roger and see what his, what he's doing for his birthday. Okay. And is that Roger? Roger Clemens. You look tanner than normal. Have you been out in the sun? What?
Donnie, is that you?
Okay, I didn't, well, Zoom, obviously somebody.
Hey,
Yes,
what's up?
yes, police.
How you doing?
There's a black on my Zoom. Is that something they're doing now?
Jesus. Donnie, relax. It's me, Obama. You called me. What's up?
Barack, is this Hussein Obama?
You're always with that Hussein stuff. Yeah, yes, it's me. What's up?
Well, I was trying to call the great Roger Clemens, somebody who accomplished a lot of good things in his life. And they must have had your number or something in the Zoom. Okay, Zoom. By the way, I think they might have had something to do with the coronavirus, but I did not expect to reach you.
You never know, but it's a good thing you did because today is my birthday.
Well, who knows what your real birthday is? We don't know the place you were born, so who knows if the date is accurate. Do they even keep records in Kenya of like the specific day, or is it sort of a season? Do they say you're like a child of the harvest or something?
Well, everybody knows. I was born in Hawaii, and we laid that to rest a long time ago, but enough about me. How are you doing?
Well, I just watched Fox and Friends, and wait, why am I talking to you? You failed us. You're the reason we're in the COVID. But anyway, I was watching Fox and Friends, and I was going to go do some golfing. There's nothing. We basically handled everything. You golfed. I think you understand. You gotta.
I love golf, and actually, that putting green on the south lawn of the White House was installed by me, and the landscaper designed it with my personality in mind. So every putt starts out straight and then breaks hard to the left.
I don't get it. I don't get it. But you know what? We ripped up Michelle's garden.
No. Why? What'd you do?
Well, my wife Melatonin is going to be doing some, her own gardening there. She's a real garden hoe, if you get what I mean. It's called a double entendre. But why did you? Excuse. For current president talks first. I think that's the rule.
Go ahead.
You left us with a real mess with the COVID, I got to say.
Well, that's just not true. And we didn't know anything about COVID.
Exactly. You knew nothing about COVID. You didn't have one press conference or one meeting about COVID. You had 2 terms. You never mentioned COVID once.
That's not really how it works. But anyway, you're doing a real bang-up job there, and if you need any assistance, just let me know.
But you just said you had no idea what COVID was. So how could you? And now you want Sleepy Joe. What do you think of Sleepy Joe? Is he sleepy?
Well, we're great friends, and I've relied on him during both terms for a lot of counsel. And unfortunately, he is our only hope at this point. But I hope he gets the job done.
That almost felt like an insult when you said only hope, but
Oh, no, the whole hope and change thing. So trust me, he's going to be great. And I look forward to counseling him when he becomes president of the United States.
Well, I respectfully and disrespectfully disagree. I do both. Okay. Not a lot of people can do that, but I think I'm just curious, even though I already have a great plan, if someone were to ask you, a president that isn't a strong president like me, but, maybe somebody like W was dealing with this in a much weaker way than I'm dealing with it.
Sure.
What advice would you give to that weaker president who isn't me, who would be doing a much worse job with the COVID? How would you be handling it?
Well, first, I would say thank you for the question. And this time of crisis, we need to focus on the professionals, doctors, scientists, and researchers who know how to beat this thing. You can't just go with what you think is going to work or drinking bleach. You got to go with science here. So that would be my number one tip of the day.
So you would say to this person, the demon sperm doctor lady, listen to her. She knows what she's talking about, because she seemed to be very strong on this.
Well, that's not what I said at all. So,
Well, you said she's a doctor. A doctor. She's an expert.
well, let's say someone who excels in the field. So, if I were to tell George W. Bush, the weak president that you referred to, that he needs to fix something, I would say, go to someone who's fixed 500 things that have to do with that, instead of one person that nobody's ever heard of to fix the problem.
Okay, well, that sounds like a totally, sort of failed plan. I think we've had so many people, everybody said we needed somebody like Crooked Hillary in the White House. But look at how strongly I've done. I had no experience with politics, and we had the greatest economy. Now it's the Obama economy again, by the way. I don't know if you know that. It's because we had the Obama economy, and then the Trump economy took it to new heights. And I'm giving you credit. You had you had a little bit of success. Okay. And don't tell anybody I said this, but you had,
Thank you so much.
you did one or two things. Okay. And then we took it over, did so well. And then when COVID hit, because you didn't prepare us for COVID at all, it's now it's now your economy again.
And what happened to my pandemic task force that I put in place in case something like this happened?
I think when the movies closed, they canceled all the superhero movies with the COVID. So the task force, whatever, was that like the Avengers? There were no Avenger movies because of the COVID.
Yeah. Okay. I see where you're at. I see how your brain works.
Strongly with great cognitive.
You do have the best words.
Well, you know what? As I like to say, problem nothing in my head going on.
Donnie, by the way, have you shot anyone on Fifth Avenue yet? And if so, did you lose any supporters outside of that one that you may have or may have not shot?
We have not shot any supporters. That was just, that was sort of what they call like it's a saying. Right? You never heard that saying? I could shoot somebody on Fifth Avenue and get away with it. It's a very popular saying in New York. And, I haven't yet. But if I lose, quote unquote, lose to Sleepy Joe Biden, I think a lot of our Second Amendment people will get pretty upset. So we don't want that. I think you'd agree. We don't want any sort of Second Amendment incidents going on.
That's true. And,
so you're supporting me for president?
Well, that's not true. Joe has been my right-hand man and a good friend, and he has my support. So as plainly as I can say it, no, you do not have my support.
So you are anti-America, just to be clear, since it's your birthday, okay? And by the way, August 4th, very clever, okay? Because if you were a patriot, you would have insisted on being born on July 4th. But because you were, maybe not from America, you said, let's just pick any 4th. So very not patriotic. And now you're not supporting your president because I am your president, by the way. You may not like it.
You are my president. That is true. And,
could you say that again? We're trying to put that into a campaign ad. Could you say that one more time, please?
You are our president. That is true. But I wanted to wait until August 4th. So by the time July 4th came around, when I was almost 1 year old, I could celebrate. So I didn't want to be born on the 4th of July. I wanted the extra month so I could celebrate next year's 4th of July, if that makes sense.
Well, that's what they call Kenyan logic, and it makes no sense to me. But I really think that you should support me. I think we need to come together. It would help if you came out with a strong statement of support. It would really help, I think, the country.
Let's see. How do I say this? Well, that's not going to happen. But, I know how you roll, and I just need to make sure. I should ask you this in the beginning, but are you wearing pants right now? Because I know how you get when the camera's kind of up here. And
Depends.
Okay. I'm just going to leave that there. By the way,
I'm literally wearing Depends.
Oh.
Yeah, no, I'm saying literally, not, I'm literally wearing strong, double XL, super absorbent
Yeah.
American flag pattern. Depends.
Yeah. Well, if there's not a Russian prostitute to pee on, you may as well go in your defense.
Well, remember that
Uh,
story of the astronaut woman who drove across the country wearing diapers?
okay.
And I just thought that's the kind of, we're actually putting her on the COVID task force now. That's the kind of, sort of strong, bold thinking we're looking for. Not your sort of, you think inside the box. We call it the Barack box, where you're just saying, oh, scientists, data, experts. Where did that get us? That got us the COVID. I like demon sperm doctor and the diaper astronaut angry lady. That's the kind of talent that we're bringing in right now.
Well, let me be clear. The dedication shown by the astronaut lady was unprecedented, and she surely is a national treasure. So, congrats on that one.
Well, thank you. And you have any plans for the birthday?
Well,
No,
right
I
now,
don't. I don't care. I don't care. That was just a setup.
okay.
I don't even believe it's your birthday today. We're actually having people look into that.
Well, we already did. So anyway, is there anything else that I can assist you with? You have any questions about, maybe where the toilet paper is in the West Wing, or how things work running in the country, or
Is there a
how things-
basketball court? Is there a basketball court in the White House?
there isn't, but there is a bowling alley. So,
Okay.
I
I was just going to say, if there was a basketball court, I was going to tear it down because I know
What's
you
the
like
matter with
basketball.
you?
It's
Are
called
you
tough.
sick?
It's called tough leadership. Okay, tough leadership. You didn't have it. I have it.
Well, how's that wall coming?
Very strongly. It's almost built.
Oh, really?
We've only got, I think, 2,700 miles to go. It's very close.
Okay.
That's practically nothing. We're so close to building the wall. So, no, we're doing it very strongly. It's going to say Trump on it. It's not going to say Obama. And it's a great thing. It's a great thing for our country. And if you loved our country, you'd be happy for it.
Well, I am happy for our country, and you know, I do know that folks will show up to the polls and voting booths this November, and hopefully things are going to change.
That's right. And we're going to groom Ivanka for 2024. You heard it here first. I'm giving you some inside tips, okay? That's my birthday present to you, Mr. President, as we look into whether you were a legitimate president.
No, there is none of this. I was the 44th president of the United States. You're 45. I was 44. There's none of this.
Well, there were a little bit. There was a little bit of the air quotes. I put the air quotes and you can't take them back. That's a executive order. Air quotes by the current president have force of law. So
Okay.
That's your birthday. That's 2 birthday presents for you. I just taught you some constitutional law. Remember, you claim to be a constitutional law professor. We're looking into that as well.
Well, thank you so much. And to get back to your initial question, for my birthday, we're going to go out and we're going to have a little fun, do a little dancing, Michelle and I, and I'm going to play a little golf. So, it's going to be one of those kind of low-key quarantine birthdays for an ex-president.
Well, be sure to wear a mask.
Thank you. And I will. You too?
No, I don't need you're sort of a weak you eat a lot of salmon and plants, so you need a mask because you're weak. I'm very strong. I don't need a mask. So that's it. And I need to call Roger Clemens right now. That's who I intended to reach with this. I don't know why Zoom decided to connect me with,
It was Zoom's fault. Okay. I never heard that happen before, with calls not going to the intended person. You're sure you didn't mean to call me just to get advice and answers to some of the things you're struggling with?
I am not I'm not struggling with that. There's no struggles. So I don't know why it was Zoom or somebody at Zoom or a leaker. It might've been a leaker, obviously wanted this sort of nasty thing to occur. I don't wish you a happy birthday, and I have to call Roger Clemens now, and we'll see what happens.
Okay. Thank you so much. And have a nice day. God bless you.
Well, you know what? We'll see what happens. I don't know. God has already blessed me, and I have to talk to God and find out if he wants to reciprocate. So, okay. Well, as you can see, I'm hanging up on you. I'm actually hanging up on you. I think you're still in the room. I'm hanging up. I'm ending the call.